안녕하세요, 여러분. 저는 제니예요. Hello, everyone. My name is Jenny, and today we're going to be talking about 되다 or 됐어요. You use this grammar pattern to express a final condition after a change has occurred. In English, we would express this probably as to end up something. Things happened in such a way that I ended up going to the college I didn't want to go to, or I ended up going to the supermarket instead of the grocery store that's nearby my house for one reason or another. We could also say something has come to a change. Usually we conjugate 되다 in past tense because this condition, this change has already happened. So let's look at some examples. 빈자리가 없어서 서게 됐어요. Because there were no empty seats, I ended up standing. Things happened in such a way that I just ended up standing. 아빠가 영화를 보자고 했는데 바로 잠들게 됐어요. My dad said, let's watch a movie, but he ended up falling asleep right away. Things happened in such a way that he just ended up falling asleep. That's just what happened. We can also use this grammar pattern to sound humble. If you get a really good job opportunity or something really good happens to you, if you win the lottery, you wouldn't go about bragging about this. You would want to sound a little bit humble about it. It just so happened that things happened so that I got this good thing that really happened to me. It wasn't because I'm particularly great or anything. It just happened. 그 회사에 취직하게 됐어요. I happened to get hired at that company. It's probably a really good company, so you want to sound very humble and not like you're bragging about it and that you got it because of your amazing personality and skills. We can use the future present tense if you want to speak about a well-known fact or a generally agreed upon truth. For example, we can say 수잔 씨가 똑똑하고 착하니까 여러 번 만나면 좋아하게 될 거예요. 수잔 씨 is smart and nice, so if you meet her a couple of times, you will naturally end up liking her. You will end up liking her. This is a fact. 되다 is used with verbs and 있다, 없다. So you can use it with 잘하다, 잘하게 되다, to end up doing something well, to end up being good at something. Or 있다, 있게 되다. For adjectives, we usually use 아오지다 instead of 게 되다 to indicate a change. So 따뜻해졌어요. It got warmer. It became warmer. 좋아졌어요. It got better. It became good. 우연히 만나게 됐어요. We ended up meeting by chance. Things happened in such a way that we just ended up by chance. We saw each other on the street and we just ended up meeting. 만나게 됐어요. 남자친구가 헤어지자고 할 것 같아? Do you think my boyfriend will say let's break up? 시간이 지나면 알게 될 거야. This is in future tense because this is something that's kind of well known. It's a kind of an expression. Only time will tell. You can say that using this expression here. 시간이 지나면, if time passes, as time passes, 알게 될 거예요. You will know. 남자친구랑 헤어지게 됐어요. I ended up breaking up with my boyfriend. Things happened so that I ended up breaking with my boyfriend. It happened for one way or another. You don't have to give the reason. You're just saying it just kind of happened. You can also use 헤어지다 to express not a romantic breakup, but just being separated from someone physically. So 이 아이는 엄마와 헤어지게 되었어요. This child, this kid, ended up getting separated from her mother in the busy subway station. Something happened, she just ended up getting separated from her mother. Here, you can notice that there's 됐어요 on the left side and 되었어요 on this side. These are the same, this is the same word, this is both 되다 conjugated. 되었어요 is kind of like the longer version, and 됐어요 is kind of the compacted version. They mean the same thing, but 되었어요 is usually a bit more formal. Usually if things are longer, they're seen as a bit more formal. So 됐어요 is acceptable, but if you want to sound more formal, if you're writing in a more formal situation, then maybe you want to consider using 되었어요 instead of 됐어요. 그 기억들을 평생 잊을 수 없게 됐어요. Those memories ended up becoming something that I will not forget for my whole life. 한국에서 사고 싶었지만 결국 미국에서 사게 됐어요. I wanted to buy these things in Korea, but I ended up buying them in the US. 결국, in the end, like conclusion. So in the end, I just ended up buying them from the US. We don't know the reason. It just so happened that way. That is it for this lesson. 잘했어요. 다음에 봐요. See you later.